Hello, my chaotic goblin family. How are you doing this evening? Or daytime? You might be watching this back later. I don't know. Music. How do I, like every single time I forget to turn the music on until after I start the live stream. I remembered tea today though, so that's good. That's a good sign. Today we're going to keep working on Leafeon some more. And I'm hoping that this music will turn on, please. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so the plan is to work on Leafeon some more tonight. And I don't know. We'll see how far we get. Thank you. Thank you, Ovine. Hi, Unity. How you doing? Oh, jeez. Knots aren't landing on top of each other. On top of each other? There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear August, but he's like making some adorable noises. He's probably going to stop now because I drew attention to it, but so this is a bonus live this week. I usually go live on Wednesdays and Sundays, but you get an extra bonus day of me today. So hello. I didn't catch the last stream. Did you finish Sylveon? Yeah, we finished Sylveon last week. Where's Sylveon? Sylveon's right. Nope, that's Abra. Sylveon's over there. I can't reach Sylveon right now. I'm sure I'll have to get up at some point to like get one of the kittens to stop doing something crazy or something like that, and I will try and grab Sylveon when I get up. Because I'm kind of trapped in my chair. But yeah, we did finish up Sylveon, and then everyone voted for Leafeon as the next one. So that's who we've been working on the last couple lives. Yeah, and I still need to go to the store. I haven't had a chance to go to get the last two colors that I need to finish up Leafeon. Like you can probably see, like there's definitely some stitches missing in here. I need the darker green, and I need another shade of beige, because gasp, Leafeon's like all beige. Shades of beige and then a little bit of green. But I think it's turning out really good so far. I'm like really happy. It's very cute. Very cute little one. Thank you, Kenzie. Nice, Ray. Thank you for sharing the live. I really appreciate that. Oh no, I'm sorry you're having a panic attack, Chipmunky. Is there anything we can do to help? Kenzie, you're welcome. Thank you. Casmar, hello. How are you doing this evening? Legit feel like I'm pregnant. You don't have anything to be sorry for. You have nothing to be sorry for, hon. Just take some deep breaths. I know it feels like everything's really hard right now. Just take some nice deep breaths. Try and make your exhale twice as long as your inhale as you're breathing. And just do that for like a good 30 seconds. Kenzie, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Hugs and big deep breaths. Yep. Kenzie and Karen were like she had open heart surgery. Praying for her. Yeah, taking care of loved ones, especially after surgeries and things like that, can be really hard. Annie Cakes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Hi Vex, how you doing? I'm just 15, still in school. It's gonna be okay. I know it feels really, really big, and you're being asked to do stuff that's not fair for you to have to do at 15. And it feels big and hard and scary and impossible. I know. Just take a big deep breath. Breathe in for 4 and out for 8, okay? I'm gonna walk you through it for a few times, okay? In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep doing that. I know at first it's going to feel really dumb and it's not going to feel like it's working right away. But if you keep breathing like that, it tricks your lizard brain into thinking that whatever has you worked up and in that panicked state is gone, because you can't breathe like that when you're in physical danger. The other thing you can try and do is breathe in twice and then breathe out. And that's another one. So you go in, and then before breathing out, you breathe in again deeper. So, and then a really big exhale. And that's another breathing technique that tricks that lizard brain again, like our primal brain that sends us into fight or flight panic mode, into thinking that things are okay. There are other things you can do also to kind of trick that part of your brain. When you feel like you need to go into fight or flight, it's why we yell when we're angry, is because it feels like fighting to us. So if you can find somewhere, like scream into a pillow or punch a pillow, things like that. Going for a run is great. It literally makes your body think that you ran away from whatever the problem or the threat was. So stuff like that. I know that it doesn't fix the immediate problem, or it doesn't fix the big problem, but sometimes all you can do is focus on the immediate problem, which is the panic attack or the fight or flight that has been triggered. Because while you're in that state, you cannot work towards fixing the bigger, longer term issues. I'm sorry that you don't have any immediate support around you right now to help you get through it. And unfortunately, like, that just really, really sucks. Alaya, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Well, she shouldn't blame herself for the anxiety. We can't know what genes we're going to pass down to our children, and the genes that we pass down to our kids, like, it's not like we picked, and it's not like we chose them, you know? So I have diagnosed ADHD. Both of my kids have diagnosed ADHD. Do I feel bad that they have ADHD? Yes. But is it my fault? No. I couldn't have known what genes they were going to inherit. And, you know, if I had known they were going to inherit those particular genes, would I have still had them? Yeah. Like, you know, that wouldn't have stopped me. So she shouldn't feel bad for you inheriting the genes that you happened to inherit, you know? And you shouldn't feel bad for it either, like, for the same reason. You can't control what genes you inherited. There's a really good chance that you might. There's a good chance that you might. Even if you can't get, like, physical help with the cleaning and taking care around the house and stuff, with your dad working and your mom needing the extra help right now, you should try and see if you can reach out to, like, a school counselor, or see if they have any, like, a therapist on staff or something like that. Even just somebody that you can talk to in person. They may be able to set you guys up with some other resources, or they may know people who can help. I know, like, I'm not particularly religious, but I know that, you know, a lot of church groups will, like, help when people are going through tough times by, like, putting together meal trains, or, you know, volunteering to come over. Oh, you're homeschooled. Okay. So if you have professors that are overseeing things, are you part of, like, a homeschool co-op, or part of, like, a charter school or something like that? Because a lot of times those places might have resources, or might have access to resources, or know where you can find resources. Your area, your county may also have, like, a local 311 that you can call and let them know what's going on, and they may be able to help set you up with other resources in the community as well. You're working on your Vex cosplay. Very nice. And Rose, you're in D&D. Lumi, yes, I am streaming. Hi. Hello. Mostly Odyssey, where was the program? It's by my local school in the area. So yeah, if it's done through your local school, you should reach out to the school and see if they have any resources that you may be able to access through. Because my kids are homeschooled as well. And when we were back in California, they were part of a charter school that had access to a whole bunch of like the same kinds of accommodations and things like that that a regular public school would be a part of. Now that we're in Maryland, it's definitely different. They have access to, like, different stuff, so it's not all the same, but they do still have access to some things. So reaching out isn't gonna hurt. It can only help. So like, you could at least just ask, you know. And if they say no, at least you tried, you know. And like I said, maybe it might not be something straight through the school, but maybe somebody has heard of something in your area that might be helpful. I know, again, like back when we were in California, there was a local LGBTQ center, and they had access to all kinds of resources, even for people who weren't part of the LGBTQ community. That's how I ended up getting started with therapy, was through there, because I couldn't find therapy through my insurance, and I was really struggling to get paired up with somebody who took my insurance, and so I ended up going through the LGBTQ center for quite a while. But they also have access to like all kinds of other community-based services and stuff. So I don't know where you live, and I don't know, you know, what services your area might have, but somebody does. Somebody in your area knows what the services are, and how to get a hold of them. Lumi, you gonna catch all the Pokemon tonight? Mad Dog, yo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. In 4 minutes, Pokemon's gonna spawn. How do you know how long it's gonna be before it spawns? It's every 15 minutes. Oh, I thought it could be sooner. I thought somebody was saying it was like every 5 to 15, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Hello, Diamond Lake. How you doing? Hi, Wednesday. Please don't get in the box. Leave the box alone, miss. I was able to catch a Zangoose yesterday and then just had awful luck. Oh, bummer. I'm glad you got a Zangoose, though. Wednesday, get out of the box. Wednesday, those aren't toys in there. It's not your box. Can you come out of there, please? Can you come out of there, please? Get out of the box. Ah, I'm dropping stuff. See? This is what happens when the cat gets in the box. Don't do it. There. There. I've closed up the whole top of it. Now you can't go in there. Haha. I have one. Probably not. You'll probably find another way to harass me. Let us see your cat. Kitten. She walked away. She'll come back though. Over on the Purple app where I'm also streaming, they have the ability to make me give them pet treats, and then I make sure I turn the camera over to them. Oh, Wednesday, you came back. Oh, you can't see her under there. She's a void, so if she's in a shadow, you can't see her. The dog saw me move the camera and was like, oh, are we getting treats? No. No, it's not that time. Oh god, now all three of them are over here. No, it's not that time. Oh, okay. Apparently it is that time. I lied. Lumi redeemed it. Hold on. Okay. Alright. There's Doggo. Right there. There's Doggo. Right. Put my big... Hey! Hey! Excuse me. Okay. Here you go. A biscuit for the pleasure. Oh. Here's the Void Wednesday. Dainty girl. August! Come here. Goofball. Come here. Ow! 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 Thank you. Okay, you gotta let go of my... You can't eat my finger. You're eating my finger. He put my whole finger in his mouth and wouldn't let it go. He was like grabbing onto it. Hi. Hi, babies. Hi, my sweet kittens. You were sitting up on your hind legs like a meerkat Wednesday. Goodness gracious. Oh, hi. Hello. Can I help you? I don't have any more. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. She's not patient. You still can't get into that drawer. It is kitten proof. Ow! Those are nails. Sorry. That was louder than I intended to be. Jellybean, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Stacy, thank you for following. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Everyone's awesome. Okay, you can't... I don't have any more right now. Lumi's over there laughing at the chaos. Not surprised. Lumi is always the center of the chaos. It's Lumi and Nana and Tink. Always. Always the three of you. It fills my heart with joy to see chaos. I know. I know. That's why I always start the streams with, hello, my goblin family. Welcome to the chaos. And that's why we always say that to everyone who joins the Discord also. Welcome to the chaos. Because that is all that server is. It is just utter chaos. I mean, but once you see the mob team, like, it makes sense. That is all of our goal in life, is just to sow a little bit of chaos and, like, sprinkled with love and gay. Chaos, but make it gay. Wednesday, miss, there is nothing for you in there. You can't beat up my stuff to try and trick me into giving you more treaties. That's not how that works, miss. Yes. Uh, I have the best like followers and Discord server and mod team and just all of it. My community is amazing and I love it. Thank you all for being a part of it. I will say, Lumi, I'm very bummed you won't be coming to Maryland because I was really looking forward to tea parties in the woods, dressed up like hobbits and fairies, and I want tea parties. I was looking forward to it. It was a nice dream. I didn't even tie that one off. I literally just... What in the heck? Untangle. Wow, that happened. Okay, cool. Now we have to fix that. I sewed through the thread. There we go. Okay. I never tied this off before I gave the babies their treats. I'm so disappointed. I know, I am too. I'm sorry you didn't get to go where you were hoping you were going to get to go. Because it would have been amazing. Extra brownie cans. Peachy Pie, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Okay. The original reason I turned this over was because for some reason this green thread just like really wants to be on the front side even where it doesn't belong. Okay, so this hole has green coming through it that it shouldn't. Get out of there! You don't belong in there. Jab it. There we go. I'll bet it. Massive headache from the panic attack. Yeah, that sounds about right. I have no advice on how to deal with headaches. I don't deal with them well, so even though I've had them for years, I've never been able to figure out how to get them to go away successfully. Hey yo, how you doing? plug this thing in and then I didn't even turn it on. Hold on. I can't reach it. Why is it so far away? Hey, look at that. Now I'm not completely covered in shadows. Okay, so I have these two cats. I have the black and white one, and I have the black one. And the black cat is void. Like, obviously. She is of the void. She lurks in the darkness and then springs out at you when you least expect her and crap like that. Pure chaos. The black and white one is derpy and clumsy and not nearly as smart as the void. But on top of that, he thinks he's a void too. So he will like hide places or think that he's hidden and then like try to jump out and like attack and pounce, except like he's black and white and you can just see him no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter if it's light or dark, like he's just big and obvious. But he's so cute. He tries so hard. He's not good at blending in with just anything. He's so sweet though. He just wants to be a hunter too, and he just isn't. Just absolutely isn't. It's adorable watching him do his little butt wiggle trying. He's like, I'm gonna get it. And then, no, he doesn't. Little boy, it's a good thing you have your sister to look after you, because holy heck. We're getting short. Maria, hello. How you doing? He's looking so good. Oh, thank you. I make you send me bad decisions. If you're gonna do stupid smart. Make sure you have a backup plan for the bad decisions. I usually don't. Yay, tea. I have a different flavor of tea today. Today I have salted caramel, and that's partially because I ran out of the type of sugar that I usually put in my tea. And I don't, as it turns out, I don't like regular, just like plain granulated sugar in my tea. And so I was like, what can I do? Like, the plain granulated sugar is making my tea taste weird. Like, I don't know why. And also, I don't know what type of tea my partner usually buys, because like he buys it in a bag, but then he like dumps it into like one of those OxoCup containers. So I don't know what it is that he usually buys for me to put in my tea. So I can't just like go out and buy more. He doesn't come home until tomorrow. So I've been having to make do. And so I decided to try and put brown sugar in my tea. I was like, oh, maybe the molasses will like at least give it an interesting flavor, like add some flavor to it, so like I won't be as upset that it doesn't taste right if it like purposefully tastes different. And it didn't work with my regular tea, like the tea that I normally drink, which is like the Republic of Tea Downton Abbey Estate Blend. It's like a black tea with like some vanilla in it. So it didn't work so well with that. So tonight I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it with like the salted caramel. The salted caramel tea that I have. And it's actually salted caramel tea with brown sugar works, apparently. Can I buy a Pokeball? Okay, cool. I'm going to throw it at the Poliwag. We'll see what happens. So, today I'm drinking salted caramel tea from Bigelow with brown sugar. Because I make interesting life decisions. I had no backup plan if it was bad. My backup plan was suck it up and drink it anyway. I'm a peppermint tea person. I have to be in the mood for a peppermint tea. I feel like I gotta be in the right mood for peppermint tea. I usually like teas with vanilla of some kind in them. I do not like a lot of floral teas. Usually I stay away from floral teas. The exception is I do have like a lavender blueberry one that's pretty good. I don't drink it all the time, but like I do drink that one on occasion. Sorry, I'm like trying to figure out what direction I want to go next. I really like, aw, you didn't even let me catch the Poliwag, seriously? Yeah, the game's not gonna be nice to me today, I can already tell. What's the other tea that I really like? The Republic of Tea has a cup of cake. It's like, let's celebrate with a cup of cake is like the flavor or something, or is the name of it. But it's like lemon and vanilla, and like it tastes like cake in a cup. Like it tastes like it's not like super lemon flavored. But it does taste like cake in a cup. So I like that one too. Hibiscus tea with a hint of cinnamon. I haven't had a hibiscus tea in a long time. I had like a red rooibos with some hibiscus in it. That was pretty good. What am I doing? What is happening here? Okay, I'm going down and across 3. But if I go across 3, then I'll be touching the one that I was just... Did I count wrong? I 100% counted wrong. Okay, we're gonna frog a few stitches. 'Cause I can't count. Alright, pull the needle off. We have to pull all 4 of these little X's out that I just made. There's the top of that one. Now the bottom of it. 2. If you ask both my partners, they will tell you I have an obsession with men. Nice. Also, you're polyamorous. That makes me happy. Or I'm assuming you are based on the fact that you say both of your partners. I am as well. I only have one partner currently, but I do identify as polyamorous. Yes. Very nice. Star Sniper Crafts, hello, welcome. I like tea. It's my favorite to drink. I drink tea like basically all day long. I start with coffee in the morning just to like get me going. But it's iced coffee. Like I always start with an iced coffee, and then I pretty much drink tea all day. Actually, the only time I've been drinking water at all lately has been on these lives because y'all over on the Purple app, where I'm also streaming, tried to drown me. So I had to fix it so you couldn't redeem them all at once anymore. Because I was going through like my entire 32-ounce water bottle in like the first 2 hours of the live, and then like I kept having to pee and being like, I will be back, guys. Anyway, but yeah, that's like the only time I've been drinking water like at all lately. It's pretty much just tea in my veins at this point. Dang it, Vex. I had to mention that there was a hydrate button over there. Cheers. My dad made raspberry jam and it's delicious. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Homemade raspberry jam sounds amazing. I like raspberry jam and lemon curd. And I made some delicious lemon cupcakes, and then you like core the center and put lemon curd inside, and then like a lemon glaze on top to like seal the hole back up, and then like raspberry frosting on top of it. So good. So good. It was like so tart and lemony, but then like oh my god, the raspberry with it, like we grow raspberries, they grow like weeds. I'm jealous. We are actually gonna try and get a hold of the landlords and see if we can plant some stuff in the backyard, because we would really like to have a garden and like some flowers and stuff like that. And if they say no, we'll still put like some potted plants and stuff on the deck and whatnot, but we're hoping that they'll let us have like a raised garden bed or something like that out there. So we'll see. Cross your fingers for us. Patiently waiting for my points to grow since you ignored me. I ignored you? When did I ignore you? When did I ignore you, Tink? I never ignore you. I give you all the attention because I know that if I don't, you will be mean. To be fair, you might be mean anyway, but it's okay. On the clock app. What happened on the clock app that I'm ignoring? I'm like way scrolled up on the clock app. I'm still getting through the comments. I will get there, I promise. Star Sniper, thank you for the enjoy music little emoji dude. Thank you, I appreciate that. Camaria, thank you for the rose, I appreciate that. What all do you stream on? So I stream on here, and I also stream on the Purple app, TWITCH. I can't say it out loud because then Clock Daddy gets mad. Yep, poly non-binary person. Hey, same. You need water. Dang it, Tink. I always need water. This is what happens. See, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just falling behind and then catching up. So cheers, Tink. Star Sniper, thank you for the rose. I appreciate that. Oh, and the little cat paw is real cute. So cute. I lost track of where it was. I have to count. Or highlight. I have to highlight. That's what I have to do. Across there, and those. I did that. Okay. What else did I do? Oh, I did like this whole little inside, the little leggy section down here. Okay. And then I went across there, and I did these little 4 dealies that I had to do twice because I messed them up the first time. And then I did that one, and then I did that one. There we go. Cool. Ah! I colored highlighter on my finger. Almost 10 minutes before. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it was like 5-10 minutes ago. I apologize. Oh, I have it, but I don't remember my info. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, over there they have like, you know, stuff that they can redeem for, and there's the Pokemon community game over there where they can like catch Pokemon as they hang out and stuff like that. Oh yeah. I just like to have both because then people can interact the ways that they want to interact. Because some people just like hanging out and playing the Pokemon community game. Sorry, this is going to twist sideways for a second because my thread is tangled and it... There we go. Stay. There we go. So some people like to just hang out and play the Pokemon community game, and some people, I don't know, like you can just engage differently over there, you know? But when I do polls for like, hey, which color should I do next? I always do those over on TikTok because the polling feature on the Purple app, oh, my thread completely split. You see this mess? This little like fluffy bit hanging out here? Come on. All right, I'm gonna have to frog this a bit and see if I can figure out what the heck happened and if it's fixable. Okay. What in the world? Both of those feel anchored. How are you yeah, you're not anchored. Okay, there we go. Where did the split happen? Here. There is no split on here. How in the world did that happen? You both go all the way to the end. What? I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna make a clean cut and we're gonna start that over. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, Vex, I did one of Tink's redeems. I got 2 more for Tink. And I see Lumi wants me to finish a Pokemon Hoop. Okay. There's 2 for Tink. And there's a 3rd one for Tink. Oh my god. If you make me set that up on a cooldown, Lumi, I swear. I swear. It's fun to wait for the realization. This right there will be a 3rd height. Dang it! Tink! I swear. It's like, I know. Now there's another one. I see it. Cheers. I will set it up with a longer one. Thank you for contributing to the Let's Play Game Challenge. We are... How close are we? I feel like we're about the halfway mark. Rewards. This button. This button. Do the thing. Thank you. 43%. So, we're getting there. Thank you, Vex, for contributing to the Let's Play Game Challenge. Not my fault you didn't pay attention. Thank you, Lumi, for contributing to the Let's Play Game Challenge. We are now at 46%. Okay, I have to finish a hoop. That means I have to pause stitching Leafeon and pull out my bag of tricks. I'm gonna put my lap desk on. All right, Leafeon, you're gonna have to pause and get out of the way for a minute. Okay, here we go. Is this what we're finishing? Is that really what we're doing tonight? What do I have? I have... What do I have? What do I have? Let's pull something out of the drawer. My hoop is all messed up. Come on, give me something cute. That's not cute. That's not cute at all. Alright. We're gonna finish a shiny Squirtle that is never gonna actually go up on my wall, but we're still gonna finish it. It'll end up going into the shop at some point. So if anyone wants a shiny Squirtle, send me a message over on Etsy. Okay. That is way too small. That's not gonna work. Do I have a bigger hoop? Tell me I have the right size hoop for you. Ha ha ha. That's right. Okay. Cool. I'm helping. Oh no. Lumi, how do we raid? So raiding would be when I stop the stream here, we would raid into somebody else's stream. So like all of us would like collectively, boop, go join another stream together. So that's what raiding is. Okay. So you're gonna get to see like, normally I already have them in the hoops when we start doing this. So this one's not in a hoop. And no, I'm not gonna bother ironing it because I am not pulling out my iron. And also it's fine because all of the part that needs to be ironed is gonna get chopped off and sewn on the back anyway. And we're just gonna get that. Look at that. See? He doesn't need iron. He's good. But he does need to be pulled nice and tight in his little frame. Not the string of death. It's okay. It happens. Okay. He like doesn't want to sit flat. Why are you? We're gonna tighten it down some more before I. That feels better. Okay. All the way around, we're gonna do it again. Tighten a few more turns. And then, so as I'm doing this, I'm pushing down on this inner ring with these fingers, and I'm pulling up on the fabric. So like kind of counterweighting, trying to pull the fabric as tight as I can between these two rings. So this is the part that is most frustrating for me of finishing a piece, and mostly because it hurts my hands. And then make sure it's nice and tight. So that's about as tight as I can make it go, just without using like a tool, which is just fine. Like hand tight is just fine, and usually when it's nice and tight, kind of makes like a drum sound. So it shouldn't be floppy in the middle here. If it's floppy in the middle here, you need to keep pulling and tightening and pulling and tightening until it's nice and tight. Where are my sisters? They are ones. What about a gross stream? I don't know what that means. Okay, so the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna cut a loose circle all the way around this. So if you've seen me finish off hoops before, other than the Charmander one I did last time, which by the way is still locked in the bathroom, but it's surprisingly, the bathroom obviously like stank of E6000 like that night, on Wednesday night, but when I came down Thursday morning, it didn't stink in the bathroom. So I definitely thought it was gonna be a lot worse than it was. So that was nice to come down and have it not smell like burnt rubber in there. A gross streak. I'm not sure if that has to do with followers or subscribers or what, but I think it has something to do with like one of those. Aw, Tink, thank you for gifting a sub. Okay. This is hard because it like wants to keep folding over. So I'm trying to like make it roughly the same diameter all the way around. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. It just really wants to fold over. This is probably one of the earlier pieces that I ever made, and it's still not hooped and hung up. So it's probably been sitting in a drawer or a box or whatever for a decade. So you guys are helping me finish very old projects. Okay, there we go. Now take the cool down off. Why? You're gonna drown me. There, happy? I took the cool down off for tonight. I still have to finish this. One for Vex. Another one for Tink. 2 for Lumi. This was full. So I'm gonna snip in little like 1 inch or so. Is that an inch? Yeah, about 1 inch or so segments all the way around the back of the piece. Just cutting straight down to the wood. All the way around, round and round we go. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be pretty. This is the back of the piece. No one's gonna see it. No one sees your back without your consent. One more, and this is all foldy. Okay, so there's that. Now we gotta pick what color thread we have from big box of junk thread. Okay, I think we're gonna go with that because that's, yeah. Even though you never see the back of the piece, I always try to pick a matching thread because I'm weird like that. And I like the thread to match for some reason. That doesn't actually, it doesn't matter. Like, it legit doesn't matter if it matches. I just like it to. Okay, that's got a knot in it. You can go away. All right, there we go. Do you base the grid off the dimensions of the pattern? Yes, I do. So like you see, like this one's clearly not, hold it closer. This one's clearly not like a 10 by, like I start with the 10 by 10s over on this side of the pattern, and then over here, like I stop the grid where the edge of the pattern is. But like if this is hanging up on a wall, you're not gonna see the grid on the back. The only way you're gonna see the grid on the back is if your piece is backlit. So if you, I've seen some people who have done some really cool stuff with like backlit pieces, but that's the only time you're gonna, I don't know if you can like see it. I can see it, the grid in person, and like on the Purple app, you can see the grid shining through. So as long as you are not, as long as you are not gonna be backlighting your piece, you can grid with just plain pencil. That's what I do. Why are your nails 1/2 printed? Because I did paint them gold and then they started to chip off, and I haven't bothered to redo them or take it off because I don't like nail polish remover, and I don't have the energy to repaint them. So they were gold like 2 weeks ago, and now they're half gold. I can see it, yeah. Yeah, so if you're gonna backlight it, then yeah, don't do the grid method. Or if you are gonna do the grid, use the Frisian pens that you like iron it and the ink disappears. But yeah, like I said, like I don't know. I've seen some people do backlighting with their pieces, but usually that's for like some sort of like artistic thing and not for just like regular cross stitch. Now I can go watch my movie. Thank you, Tink. I love you. Enjoy your movie. I really should be cross stitching. I'm trying to finish some black work. Goats for my sister, and her birthday's only 3 weeks away. Oh, that's so cute. Do the black work goats. Fabric dye tastes salty. I don't think you should be eating fabric dye. If you ever use sounds in the future, you should make the hydrate sound Cassandra from Doctor Who saying moisturizing. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is like one of the 2 episodes of Doctor Who I have actually seen. So I do understand that particular reference. Actually, Little Fish asked me the other day, he was like, hey, you know how sometimes we binge watch shows together? Should we sit down and binge watch Doctor Who? And I was like, you know what? I feel like Doctor Who is something that I would definitely enjoy. And I want to watch it, but I've always had a hard time like starting watching it. And I've only seen like the first couple of episodes a few times. And I've also seen like a few standalone episodes. Like I've seen Blink. And anyway, long story short, I was like, yes, we should. So hopefully once he gets back, we will start binge watching Doctor Who. And then I will have more to talk to y'all about. I will get into more nerdy things. I will have more nerdy things to add to my plethora of nerdy things that I enjoy. Although I have like some weird stances on some nerdy things that not everybody agrees with. Like, I don't like Lord of the Rings. I have tried several times to read the books, and I want to like it. I really do. I want to. But I just don't. I keep trying. I DNF'd Fellowship last year. I read The Hobbit. I did read and finish The Hobbit. And I did not like it. I have opinions. Capital O opinions on The Hobbit. They're probably not good ones, but I do. And then, yeah, Fellowship, I got about halfway through it, and I was just like, this is painful, and oh, what did I just do? I, like, just stitched the same direction twice. That's not how that's supposed to be done. You go up and down, not down and down. Anyway, so I might try it again this year to get through Fellowship. Like I said, like, I want to enjoy these things. I want to get into them. Also, like, I've never been a fan of Star Wars. I never got into it. I don't know. I feel like I'm not like a true nerd because, like, I don't enjoy all of the nerdy things that everybody else likes. So I struggle with that. So, or like, I don't have all of the same, like, I haven't seen Doctor Who, even though I think it's something that I would like. I haven't finished reading The Lord of the Rings because I can't get past Fellowship, even though it seems like something I should like, based on the rest of the stuff that I read and enjoy. So I'm struggling with that right now. Like, as a human. It's a whole commitment to watch Doctor Who. Yeah, it is. I think that's why he was, like, asking me, like, will you commit to this with me? Like, so, yes, the answer is yes. I will commit to that with him. It will take us years. It'll be fine. Because what was the last thing we binge watched? We binge watched Frasier, which, by the way, Frasier is insufferable. Everybody else on the show I love and adore. Frasier is insufferable. I don't understand why he's the title character. Niles, I would die for that sweet little cinnamon roll. I didn't forget I had fabric dye on my finger and licked them. Yeah, I've done stuff like that before. One night in November with no previous context toward Doctor Who, I watched Blink on a random channel, and that sparked it all. I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, Blink is definitely a standalone episode, and, like, you don't have to watch any other episode of Doctor Who to, like, understand Blink in and of itself. It's like in the middle of reading a whole bunch of novels, if there's just, like, a standalone short story that you don't need to read the novels in order to read the short story and, like, get it in and of itself. I'm totally... sorry. I knocked the phone. I'm gonna do it again, I'm sure. It happened several times to stream. I'm totally in the same boat. I'm a total nerd, but I haven't watched a bunch of the classic nerd stuff. Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like there's some gaping holes in my nerd knowledge just from lack of exposure to, like, random things that, like, being part of nerd culture, I get the pop culture references. Like, I understand, like, it's bigger on the inside is like TARDIS, like, and like I get that, but like I haven't watched it, so I don't get like the full context of it. I feel like that's my entire life, is like I get half context for a lot of things. But there's just a lot of stuff that, like, I've never watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've only seen the first couple seasons of Supernatural. I don't know, just like, you know, stuff like that. But like, I'm sure I would probably enjoy these things, or would have enjoyed these things before. But like, I don't know, like my nerdy education, it has some gaps. Alright, so we made it all the way around. I'm gonna come back up one more time, and then we're gonna tie it off right there. So as you're coming around and you're doing this, like, I don't know if you can see, this is kind of a pale color, but basically, like, we go down and up and down and up through each one individually, alternating all the way around, and then we just make sure that it's pulled tight the whole way as we go around, because that's what's going to hold all these little pieces of fabric tight against the back. And so, yep, you can't see it from the front, so I'm just going to, like, tie it off. And if you don't want people seeing the back of your finished piece, at this point you can, well, you should have cut the circle ahead of time, but I'm not going to bother with this. But if you are finishing it off and you don't want someone to see the back of your piece, before you do your final hooping, here, hold on, I'll show you with another one right here. So I'm gonna like snip all, like, there's little loosey bits of thread. I'm gonna snip those later. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. But yeah, there's Squirtle, and he's all done. So before you do your final hooping, pop the rings off of each other, and you're gonna, the inside ring, you're gonna trace along the outside of it and cut out a piece of felt, or fleece could work too if you have fleece. You could use another kind of fabric, like if you have like quilter's fabric or something like that. Just any little pretty piece of fabric that you want. You're gonna trace around the outside and cut it out. So then after you do this process, so you put the piece back in, you get it all hooped up nice and tight. Again, you want it to be that nice and tight drum sound. You do your cutting, you do your sewing. You're gonna take that piece of fabric that you cut, and you're either gonna stitch it on all the way around, or you can use hot glue and hot glue it on there, and then no one will ever see the back of your work. I know some people really don't like other people to see the back of their work. Like, I don't care. Partially, like, I've been doing this for so long, I know what the back of my work looks like. I've come to terms with it. It's gonna be a mess because I tie knots. But if you don't want people to see the back of your work, then just put the thing on there. If I am finishing these professionally for somebody, like, if somebody does end up like buying this one from me, I will go and put the back on it. Like, I will cut a piece of fabric and I will put a piece of fabric on the back of it. Because it's like a more professional finished look. But until then, I'm not going to bother because I have other things to do with my time, like continuing work on Leafeon, because that sounds like more fun. So I'm setting Squirtle aside, I'm setting that aside, and let's get Leafeon back over here. All right. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything before I start back in on this. Crumpets for breakfast. That sounds wonderful. I want crumpets. Okay. Okay, that is not where you need to be situated. Sorry, I didn't even like look at the cameras. I just like pulled it over and was like, yep, we're good. No, we're not. We're not at all. I told my partner, so my partner's coming home tomorrow. So on Sunday, homemade crumpets. I think on Sunday I'm going to make scones because I haven't made scones since we moved to the new house, and that's like one of the things I really enjoy baking. So I think on Sunday morning I'm gonna bake scones because I've been wanting them for no reason other than scones. So yeah, that's my plan, is scones. And also I really want to make a wild yeast starter, but it's not quite warm enough to do it outside yet, and I don't really want to do it in the house because you know, pets that are obnoxious and weird, and I don't want them to like get into stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I have like, and then I want to make bread because I haven't baked bread in such a long time. Our old house, like, I used to bake bread like once a week, and I just like fell out of the habit of it over COVID. Like, everybody else got into bread baking, and I stopped baking bread over COVID. But I used to have like a sourdough starter, and I would make, it was like a really mild sourdough starter because I don't like really sour sourdough bread. But my starter was like really, really mild, and then I accidentally killed it. And I used to make challah bread and focaccia. Like, I don't know, I miss baking. But I need to get back into it because that sounds good for my mental health. What did I just... Okay, something happened and I messed up again. Okay, that row, I don't understand. Okay, that row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's one is fine. And then this. Okay. Okay. I can fix it. I don't have to pull anything out. I just have to add an extra stitch. That's what happened. I like missed a stitch. Okay. I'm not going crazy, I promise. I might be a little bit. It's okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go over, and then I'm gonna add another stitch up here, right above this on the row before, because for some reason I didn't do that. This is why we highlight, folks. I'm gonna highlight again. Okay, so I did that row, and I did that row. There we go. That's more readable. All right. You don't need to watch those things to prove a point to someone. Yeah, no, I definitely know. I don't need to like prove my nerdiness to people. Like, I guess it's more just like part of me wants to understand the references, and also like I see how much joy other people get out of the fandoms and like being a part of those things, and I want to be a part of that. So it's less that I want to like prove to somebody that I'm nerdy, and more so that like I want to be part of the group. And I've always been excluded from so many things because like when I was a kid, it wasn't super okay to be nerdy, and then add to that like I have ADHD and I'm autistic, so like I really wasn't part of the group. So like any group, I had a really hard time finding groups to belong to. So it now that it's like cool and okay to openly enjoy the things that we enjoy, I want to be able to embrace more of those things that I either didn't or couldn't embrace before for whatever reason, if that makes sense. Leafeon's looking so good. Thank you. Heckin' scones. Heckin' scones. Chocolate chip scones. They're so good. Hi, Charlie Quinn. How you doing? I see. I feel that too. Yeah. Like, it's a neurodivergent rite of passage. How tiring is it to do cross stitching, like for your back or your eyes? Oh, I'm not wearing my glasses. I keep having all of these issues counting stitches tonight. It's because I'm not wearing my freaking glasses, so I keep making mistakes. Cross stitching is not super tiring for my eyes. For me personally, if I'm wearing my glasses. Hey, look at that. That is significantly better. I'd say it's about as tiring as like reading is, because I'm reading a pattern. I know you can't see it on here, but like I do have a pattern in my lap that I'm reading. So it's about the same level of eye strain as that. And also if you're like, if the stitches feel too small for you, like even with this camera, like this looks much bigger to me in real life than it does like on the screen to me. It might be different if like, I mean, the image is like yay big on my screen, so it might be bigger for you guys. But for my back, ever since I got the craft stand that I use, it's been a lot better for me because I can like pull this as close as I need to so I can recline as much as I need to. Like my chair is not fully upright. I have a really, really hard time sitting fully upright in chairs. I have scoliosis, so when I like stack my spine upright like you're supposed to for like perfect posture, that actually causes me an immense amount of pain. So I am almost always partially reclined. So like this is at, I don't know, it's not a huge angle, but like it's just enough for me personally. Now I feel like I'm too far back. I feel like I need my chair to go closer. Chair, go closer. But yeah, I used to have a bigger issue with my hands like holding on to the hoop and having to like flip it back and forth all the time to do the piece. So again, the stand that I use helped with that, because now I can stitch without having to hold on to the hoop. So that was actually my bigger pain point that led me to getting the craft stand. But as it turns out, it helps with multiple things. But yeah, so that's, I don't know. That's where I'm at. When I do lives, I usually do them for about 3 hours, and that's not because my eyes or my hands or my back are tired. It's more so because that's the time frame that works for me. I can't start a live until my kids are in bed, and I've got 3 hours before I need to go get the pets into bed and get into bed myself. So that's why my lives are 3 hours. On a weekend when I'm just stitching by myself, I've sat and stitched for like 8 hours straight before, without really having any problems. If my eyes are already tired from other stuff, like there have been a few streams where I'm like, I'm gonna have to end early because I'm having a hard time seeing and my eyes are going a little like cross-eyed. That's because I'm having eye strain from something else earlier in the day, or because I'm not wearing my glasses. And so, or a mixture of both. Like I wasn't wearing my glasses earlier and I was reading a whole bunch, and now I'm sitting down to do this and my eyes are tired. So that kind of thing. But yeah, in general, I'd say it's about the same level of eye strain as reading. And as far as my back, like, it's easier than when I do painting or art because I'm not hunched over a desk to do whatever I'm doing, because I'm bringing it to me rather than me going to the desk. So I don't know. Those are my thoughts. Seita, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I know you said you liked the grid version before, but this is nice to get to see it basically grow from one spot. Yeah, and sometimes I do it like this just so you can see it grow as you're doing it. So when you do the center start method, that is really nice, is you get to see like this is what the finished piece is going to look like as you go across. One of the pieces that I did like this was the blue space pattern. Like, I did grid it, I absolutely had to, but I also worked it in this style where I was like growing across the piece. So I kind of like mixed the two styles. But that piece was a beast. I need to find it so I can like, I don't know if I ever showed like the completed finished one, like once I was done with it. But I need to find it, one, to hang it back up in my kid's room, and two, to show you guys, because I am insanely proud of that piece, but also never again. You could not pay me enough money to want to do that pattern again. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. If you have the patience, do it. But also, I got insulted. You know what? That's okay. We all get insulted by the Pokemon community game the first time. Literally every single one of us has done that. You have to do Pokestart first. It'll give you your first starter, and then, oh, look, you got a Tepig, and then you can do Pokecatch. Literally every single one of us. It's like a rite of passage with this freaking game, I swear. You're like, I want to play, and it's like, no, you need a Pokemon first. Hello, I'm gonna chill in here until I fall asleep. Okay, sounds good, Star Sniper. Hang out as long as you want. Are your patterns compatible with Pattern Keeper? I don't know. I have never used Pattern Keeper before. What do they need to be compatible with Pattern Keeper? I have to find the piece my mom cross-stitched and shared in the Discord. Yes, absolutely do it. Do it. Hi, Beck. How you doing? Alright, where are we going? We're going 4 across. We're at 2, 3, 4, and up and across. I did the same thing. This game hates me. I have to go, but you're really talented. I'll visit later. Okay, have a good evening. Come back anytime. Freaking Marini. How often do you end up backstitching? I am in the middle of a couple pieces that have backstitching. None of my Pokemon pieces have backstitching on them. Just because of like they're designed to look like the original like sprites from like Gen like 3, 4, 5. So that's why none of them have backstitching. They're just full crosses, because I think that makes them look the most like the original sprites from the games. But I do backstitching when I'm completing pieces that were designed by other people that have backstitching and stuff. Let me see if I can pull one out. I don't know if I can reach the drawer from here where my other pieces are that I'm working on. But it's time to tie off this one anyway, so now is a good time for me to see if I can reach the drawer. I'm tired, but I'm fine besides that. Today, you know what? Today has just been one of those days. I feel like everybody just like needs a nap or an extra rest today. I almost fell asleep when I was waiting on hold earlier today. I was like waiting on hold to like set up a doctor's appointment, and hey, look at that. Oh, I almost knocked that over. That would have been bad. Okay. I was like waiting on the phone to talk to make a doctor's appointment, and I like straight up almost fell asleep sitting on hold. So this one is all backstitching black. It's not exactly black work because it's not like a set pattern that you're doing over and over, but it's all like Halloween themed, and this white is actually glow in the dark. It's glow in the dark thread. I don't know how glowy it's gonna be. I was originally gonna be making this for somebody else, my partner's other partner, except they broke up and they're not together anymore. So I haven't worked on it since then. So I guess now it's gonna be for us. It's gonna be for me. This piece has black work in it. Like, that's what all of the black and white kind of detailing is in there. But obviously I'm not anywhere near done with it because like all of this is still not finished. But those are the two that I'm currently working on that have back stitching. I'm sorry, back stitching, not black work. It has back stitching in it. I do have some patterns that I made that are black work. I don't have an example of it with me. It's upstairs. I made a bookmark that is a black work bookmark, and I love it, but it's like literally the bookmark that I use all the time. So I left it upstairs. So I'm sorry. That is gross, break. What is backstitching? Oh, sorry. Okay, so I don't know if I explained that well or if I just didn't see that before. Okay, so what I'm doing on here is called full cross because I'm making full X's in all of the little squares, essentially. So each, like 4 little dots together, that makes up like 1 square of the grid, and I'm crossing to make an X in each one of those. So on this piece, you can see like I went through and I did all of that. So that's all of my full crosses that I did. And then you go back over the top of it with black or white or like other accent colors to give it like details and stuff like that and make it look more like a hand sketched or a hand drawn piece of art where, but it's the opposite. So like usually when you color stuff, you would do like a sketch first and then you would color the colors in and then you might ink it. That's sort of what we're doing here. But instead of, we skip the sketch stage. So we do the colors first and then I'm basically inking my work, but with thread. And so the back looks absolutely chaotic. So like over here, this is what you would expect the backs of my pieces to look like with just full cross. But once you add in the back stitching, it ends up being very chaotic and looking awful. But it's fine because the front of the piece is beautiful. I wonder, do I have any finished ones that I can reach? Hold on. That teapot one is from a whole series of teapots that I'm making that are just freaking gorgeous. So here's the Samhain one. So Samhain is Halloween for those of you who are not pagan or don't practice or don't know what the Wheel of the Year is. But it's freaking like just the black work, like or the black work, the back stitching. Stop saying the wrong word. The back stitching just makes these pieces. So here is the Yule one. And so like my plan for these is once I have all 8 of them finished, I'm gonna have them framed and I'm gonna like put them on the wall up here behind me, and like switch them out throughout the year. So Ostra, I love this little like cherry blossom looking branch. I wish that there was another one on this side, but like that's the only pink in the whole piece is just like this one side. But this one's like absolutely gorgeous. I love the little bunny on the teapot on this one. And then I finished Litha as well. But yeah, so they're all just, I love like the little crescent moon. It's so cute. But yeah, so there's 8 of them total. I finished 4 of them. I'm in the middle of number 5. I've been in the middle of number 5 for like months now. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan when I'm done with them. Oh, that's really cool. I want to make myself a bookmark soon. And the teapots are amazing. Thank you. The teapots are a labor of love. They take so long. And I've had people ask, like, where did I get the designs? She closed her Etsy shop, so I can't send you all to her to buy all of the teapots because they're gorgeous and you should. And they're, the patterns are beautiful. And I'm so sad that she closed her Etsy shop, and I don't know why she closed it. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that the last time I went and looked, she had closed it down. So that was disappointing, but I'm glad that I found them when I did. But anyway, you want to make yourself a bookmark? Okay. I will try and add the bookmarks to my Etsy shop soon. It is on my radar. It is on like my list of things that I want to do. But like knowing that people are interested in like things like that, like I will bump it up the priority list if that makes sense. But I did like I made the pattern. But what I want to do is I want to do like some prototype testing of like how to finish the back of the bookmark, because like the one that I made, I literally just left it. Like it's just exposed on the back. And I tied knots, and like I've had this bookmark for probably 10 years now, and like none of the knots have ever come loose, none of the threads have ever come loose, but the back of the bookmark is not pretty and it doesn't look finished. So I need to do some prototyping and make a new one where I like figure out a way to like fabric back it or like do something else to the back of it. And I want to do that before I release the pattern, because I want to be able to like have instructions of like, here's a good way to back this so that it looks pretty on the back as well, or at least looks like finished. Because that is the bad thing about my particular bookmark, is it doesn't look finished. But that said, I do love it, and I have used it as my bookmark for like a decade, and I've never had any problems with like any of the threads pulling or like anything like that. But yeah, I feel like it's not going to be up to par for me to sell it until I have some directions for how to finish the back. Iron-on interfacing, maybe that could work, just to add an idea for prototypes. I did get iron-on the sticky interfacing-y stuff, so that you could like put that and then the iron-on stuff and then a piece of fabric. And then, so I do have some. It's in my drawer, and I need to test it and see how well it works. And then blanket stitch around the edge. So that is my idea for the prototype, is blanket stitch around the edge with like the sticky layer in between to like stick them together so that the fabric doesn't like move as you're doing it. I wanted to try cross stitch, but I don't know where to find a good beginner stitch. My Etsy shop. Hold on, let me pull. So everything you need to get started pretty much is on that link. In that link, I have a link to a blog post where I walk you through how to cross stitch step by step. In that link, there's also a link to my Etsy shop. I would recommend like the Bulbasaur pattern or the Ditto pattern. I don't know if you like Pokemon. All that's on there is Pokemon. If you don't like Pokemon, I can't help you right now with patterns anyway. But good beginner stitches, you're going to want to look for smaller patterns. The bigger the pattern, the harder it's going to be for you to like start, just because like it can get overwhelming when you're working with a big piece. So you're going to want to look for a piece that's like a 5-inch hoop or smaller. So like a 4 or 5-inch hoop is a great hoop size to be starting with. If you're getting 6, 7, 8-inch piece for your first piece, those are hard, like even for me to like hold and work with those pieces. Remember I said like you want to keep your fabric like real tight like a drum even as you're working on it. It's hard to do that when the hoops get bigger. They're more likely to start getting loose over time. And then you have to like retighten them down. So like, it's not like it's a huge deal. But I've found personally, it's easier to start with a smaller thing. Plus for your first time, like it's good to like be able to start and finish a project like relatively short amount of time, like just putting in a couple of hours, and then be like, look, I have a finished project. And you also will know whether you like that craft or not. Whereas like if you do a big piece, you may feel guilty for like not finishing it if you decide you don't like that craft. Whereas like if it's a little piece and you do decide you hate it, like you're done with the piece already and you're just like, yep, this wasn't for me. But if you do like it, it's a stepping stone and you're like, great, I know that I like this. I've tackled a piece of this size. Now I can move on to something bigger or better, or try a new technique or something like that. So that's what I got. Star Sniper, hello, how you doing? For those of you that are on TikTok, the link is in my bio for all of that same stuff. Beautiful. Thank you. Snapdragon, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Gorgeous man. Now I really gotta learn to cross stitch as a wicked. These would be great in my kitchen. Right? These are like so beautiful. The link. So yeah, if you're on TikTok, the link is in my bio. Sorry, I like posted it for the people over on the Purple app, like, because I can't say link in bio to them because I don't have like a bio for them to go to. Have you stitched your Mimikyu pattern? I have not personally stitched my Mimikyu pattern. I am only stitching the first 150 Pokemon with the exception of the evolutions. Also, I am in the middle of making version 2 of a lot of those patterns, and I haven't made Mimikyu yet. But I am like tweaking them and like refining them, and like as I'm making more patterns, I'm learning what I do and don't like in that part of the craft. So I'm getting pickier. But that means I'm going to be releasing version 2 pretty soon, and I'm going to be replacing all of my version 1 patterns on Etsy and on my Patreon as well with version 2. So I'm getting there. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through my patterns in like the last 2 weeks. I've been spending like so much of my spare time just making patterns and like redoing them. But with that said, those of you who are on my Patreon and are patrons, yeah, you gotta do the Poke Start. Who's your starter Pokemon? Who's your starter Pokemon? I don't even know who my starter Pokemon was. I apparently typed in Poke Start and it assigned me one and I missed it. And so I legit don't know what my starter Pokemon was. Poke Start. Your starter is Chimchar. Aw, cute little monkey. So now you should be able to do a Poke Catch the next time a Pokemon appears. I forgot what I was saying. I like that piece of advice. Oh, thank you. I just need to join the Purple app. Apparently, sorry. You can join whatever app. You know what? You like. I try to like have a nice balance of things for like people who enjoy the Purple app. I have like rewards and like some interactive stuff on there because I know like the people who are over there tend to like that kind of thing. But then I don't want my TikTok people to like feel left out, so like I let you guys participate in like the polls when you're choosing what color for me to stitch next and like stuff like that. So I try to like keep a nice balance of like you don't get punished for whatever thing that you choose to do. And I actually have a few people that will watch on both so that they get to like do the like redeem the rewards and play the Pokemon community game on the Purple app, but they also are on like watching live on TikTok so they can participate in the polls when those pop up. And I think that is like beautiful. And if you are one of my people who do that, like extra special love to you guys. Like I don't know why that makes me laugh. You're good, I'll just embrace it too, so I get it. Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any recommendations on where I can get a beginner cross stitch kit? I do make kits. I do not advertise that on my Etsy that I make kits. If you shoot me a DM on Etsy and tell me which one you want me to put together for you, I can absolutely do that for you. My kits are $43 a piece, regardless of what pattern you're looking for. It comes with absolutely everything you need to get started. It will come with a hoop. It will come with the fabric. And I will pre-grid the fabric on the back for you. It will come with a needle and a little needle minder. It will come with a printed version of the pattern as well as a printed version of my How to Cross Stitch kit. It comes with the piece of felt to put on the back of, remember we were talking earlier about like if you wanted to, it'll come with floss to sew up the back, and it'll come with the piece of felt to cover up the back of your piece when you're done with it. Like it comes with like literally everything you need to get started, along with all of the floss and all of the colors that you need for that pattern. So you don't have to go to the store and get anything. What it doesn't come with, it does not come with a craft stand. That's it. It comes with everything else you need to get started. Oh, hydrate. Okay. I'm going to redeem the hydrate, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom because y'all already made me drink over half my bottle of water, and now I gotta pee. Cheers. Okay, awesome. I'll definitely shoot you a message in. Yeah, absolutely. Usually takes me like about a week or so to put the kits together. I've got another one that I'm putting together right now. Somebody actually, the other thing you can do, if it is a Gen 1 through 5 Pokemon that you want, that you don't see that I already have a pattern for, you can ask me for that. I only do up to Gen 5 right now because of the way I do it. I haven't quite figured out my process for the later generations quite yet, so I'm still like tweaking those and like figuring out how I want to do them. But if your favorite Pokemon is from Gen 1 through 5 and you want a kit for that, just be like, hey, can I get a kit for Dragonite or for, you know, Dratini or whatever it is? Just let me know, and I'm willing to put together a pattern for you and a kit specific to that Pokemon as well. So again, that's not something that I like openly advertise, but if I'm putting together a kit for you, I will build out the pattern as well. If it's a pattern that isn't already up on there. But yeah. I might hit you up for a kit. I'm gonna lurk for a moment. I'll be back soon. Sounds good. Kiala, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I'm gonna be right back. I have to pee. And I'm trapped. I'm trapped by my own all the stuff. Okay, I'll be right back. Ah, why is there a feather on my chair? Freaking cats. Okay, I am back, and also I retrieved Charmander. So for those of you, whoa, jeez, my chair almost fell over. I almost died. I'm okay. Good night, Star Sniper. Have a good evening. For those of you that were on the last stream, you'll remember that somebody redeemed a Finish a Hoop, and I finished Charmander. So here is little Charmander. And what I had done is when I was cutting Charmander out, I didn't leave enough fabric on one of the sides. So I showed off a different finishing technique to the one that I did earlier, where you snip the fabric real close to the edge. It is terrifying. And then you use E6000, this junk, and you like put it all along the edge so that the edge doesn't fray. Like, it doesn't even move now. It's completely like stuck straight up. And I put it a little bit on the inner edge right here of the hoop as well. And it was all like globby and gooey, but like as it dries, it does like shrink down, and like you can kind of see it. It's got like a little bit of a shine. But this isn't going anywhere now. But anyway, but yeah, so that is what these guys look like when they're finished off with that particular method. It's not my favorite method, but it is secure. It's not going to go anywhere. I've had some pieces that I finished off like that are like 10, 15 years old, and they're totally fine. Yeah, we click contact right to shoot you a message. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just go ahead and shoot me a message on there, and I usually check my messages after live streams or like first thing in the morning. So that's What am I doing? What am I doing? Head Glens, hello. How you doing? Okay. I need to pick a color to do next. Let's do your little paws, because they're so cute. Okay. We're gonna do this color. Little paws. Oh, I was like, why is my phone buzzing at me? Because you sent me a message through Etsy. My phone's like, hey, you have a message on Etsy. And I'm over here like, huh, what's going on? I promise I'm okay. I'm just... I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes, guys. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm okay. How about you? Apparently, I'm more tired than I thought that I was. Do I have more tea? I do have more tea. I'm drinking caffeine tea at 9:15 at night, so, you know, that's going to bode well for later. It's fine. It'll be fine. Do you use 2 strings for your stitches? Yes, I do. I use 2 strands for my cross stitching. Better than when I send myself an email and get excited I got an email. I mean, I've definitely done that before with, like, text. I'll be like, hey, somebody's texting me. Oh, it's me. We'll get there. I'm okay, y'all. I'm fine, really. Don't worry about it. Hello, how you doing, Psycho Witch? Okay, I have to jump over to here. I shouldn't be jumping. I don't care. I'm jumping. We're doing it. I don't feel like tying off. Beautiful. My stitches don't like fill the square like yours. Could it be due to the Ida size? It is possible. What size Ida cloth are you using? Tired, just finished a part of a deep clean in the house. Oh, nice. 18. So if you're on 18, if you're using 2 strand, it should be filling. I'm only using 14, so that means my stitches are going to be bigger. So typically, the way counts work is it tells you how many holes per inch you get. So 14 count, there's going to be 14 holes per inch. 18 count, there's going to be 18 holes per inch. So there's more, so they're smaller, they're like more squished together. So theoretically, if you're using 2 strands, that should be filling them out more, not less. I want to do all the Pokemon at some point. Do you make a pattern or find one? So I make my own patterns. They are available through my Etsy shop or through my Patreon. If you are wanting to do all of the Pokemon at some point, I would highly recommend checking out my Patreon. For $12, you get access to my entire library of Pokemon patterns that I've made so far. And I also make at least 4 more each month to add to the library. I think I have about 30 up so far. And like I said, I add at least 4 every month to the library as well. If you just want to do them one at a time or stuff like that, then the Etsy shop is another way to do that. I do have another tier on Patreon, my monthly pattern club, where you get access to Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu all the time. Like you'll have all the time access to those 4, and then you get 2 bonus ones every month. So this month it's Blastoise and Venusaur, but those do switch out on the 1st of every month. But yeah, I make all my own patterns. I'm working on gens 1 through 5 right now. I was kind of explaining earlier, I'm still trying to figure out like how my style fits well with gen 6 through 10, since they kind of like, they changed the art style drastically, and I like to try and keep my patterns as close to the sprites as possible. Because I feel like that's part of the appeal of them, is that it looks just like it did, you know, when we were playing on our Game Boys. And so they changed the art style starting with Gen 6. And so I haven't quite figured out how to kind of mesh that with the way I want them to look. So I'm working on it. It's going to take me some time, but that's okay because I still have plenty more to make in the meantime. I've got so many to get through. But yeah. Yeah, you can see the holes in between the stitches, so maybe I'll look into new item. Okay, so you're seeing like the holes in the corners is what you're seeing? Or you're seeing like up here in the black, you can kind of see like little bits of white in there, or are you seeing like the holes? Okay, so if you're seeing the holes, you're probably using a needle that's too big. So, when you push the needle through the fabric, you're like making, like pulling out, like you're widening the hole, like the diameter of the hole. So, hold on, where's my box? Come here. I've got some other needle sizes in here. So if you're using a needle that is a thicker diameter, like this is a 24. It's not that much thicker than what I'm currently using over here. And I don't even know if you guys can tell on camera that this bottom one is thicker than this top one, but I know I can. So this is a 24. I think this is a 26 or a 28. I can't remember. I've had this needle for years, but it's definitely not a 24. But I'm going to do this on the paw so I don't stretch it out like somewhere that it's going to be visible. But this is my typical needle. And you can see, like, as I push it through, it's going to widen that hole there. Right next to it, right here, I'm going to push the 24 through. And see how, like, that's a much bigger hole? Like, it's a much more noticeable hole. So it might just be that you're using a thicker diameter needle than you prefer. Like, you might prefer to use a smaller diameter needle. So if that's the case, I would recommend jumping down to like a 26 or a 28, so that the holes don't get stretched out as much. So yeah, I do, most people recommend a 24 for cross stitch. And when I make my kits, I send them out with 24s. Because you're just learning how to cross stitch, it's an easier needle to hold on to. They're a little bit easier to thread because the eye is just a little bit bigger, and they're not as pointy sharp as the 26, 28. So when you inevitably poke yourself, it won't hurt so bad. But that being said, this is what I do prefer to use a smaller diameter. There are thousands of Pokemon now. There are so many. There are too many Pokemon. There are just too many now. I can't keep track of them all. And every once in a while, I'll come across the name of one, and I'll be like, "That's not a Pokemon." I'll be like, "Oh, it is. I just forgot that it was a Pokemon because there are too many now to keep track of. There are too many." Not gonna lie, I think I would enjoy cross stitching because I like the app on my phone called Cross Stitch, but we'll see. You know what? That's okay. Like, there are some hobbies that like I wish that I liked, or I wish that I could like do, but I just can't. Like, I've just come to accept that as much as I love embroidery, I love watching it. I could watch other people embroider for hours. Like the TikToks where people are embroidering. Oh my God. Yes. Can I do it? No, I don't have the patience for it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I don't. Pikachu. That's so cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, what color are we jumping to next? I think we're gonna finish off the little paws. Let me grab the other little color for the little paws. That was me with weaving. I wanted to do it so bad, but it didn't work with my brain. Yeah, I mean, it's the same way with me and knitting. Like, knitting, I had the same problem. Like, I can crochet. I understand the concept of knitting. Technically, I can do it. Same with embroidery. I understand the concept. Technically, I can do it. I don't have the patience. It doesn't, my brain waves are not on that same wavelength to make that happen. Whereas one of my best friends, she makes these beautiful knits, but she doesn't crochet. Same thing. It doesn't work for her in reverse. We do the opposites. Yeah, everybody just needs to find like the hobby that works with their particular brainscape. Amaya's Reads, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So you already crochet, loom, knit, diamond art, soap, and candle making. If I take up another hobby will come after me. I mean, I get it. I'm pretty sure my partner's the same at this point. He knows better than if I'm like, but I want to try a new thing. He's like, no, you have so much unfinished stuff. He doesn't use the word stuff. Lying around, like, finish something and then we'll talk about you getting a new thing. And I'm like, okay. And then I never finish the thing. It's to like completely real. If I wanted to do a new thing, he wouldn't put up a fight. But he keeps me grounded and reminds me, like, you don't need new hobbies. You just need to refocus. Because my ADHD ass is gonna seek the dopamine wherever it can find it. And I love learning new things, so that's where my brain wants to seek the new dopamine. But the problem is that I've pretty much tried it all. I've tried it all before. And then I'm like, yeah, no, this doesn't give me the dopamine. And then I will forget that it doesn't give me the dopamine. I will get rid of all of the stuff that I need to do the thing. And then I will be like, hey, I should try that thing. I mean, I've tried it before, so I understand the basics, so, like, maybe this time I'll like it more. No, you won't. You still don't like stamp carving. You still don't like crochet and knitting very much. You still, just stop trying to give it another chance. It doesn't need another chance. You just want dopamine. Drink a cup of tea. It will give you dopamine, too. I left for a couple minutes and come back working on the paws. Yeah, he's got these cute little paws. Look at these little paws. Refocus, what is this word? You know what? I have yet to learn it for myself. I don't know how to refocus. I'm not convinced that it's a tactic that people are actually capable of doing on their own. I think it's a tactic used by other people to get you to not take up more hobbies. That's all it is. It's a conspiracy against the hobbies. I keep making cat toys. Yes, he's been getting fed up because we have toys everywhere now. I straight up, so like, I've never had cats before, so I've never had a reason to make cat toys before. But straight up the other day, I was like, I wonder if I could like knit or crochet some little cat toys for the babies. Like, I bet they would love some new cat toys. I'm like, bitch, you don't like knitting or crocheting. Why are you wanting to knit and crochet cat toys? Like, one, they don't need more cat toys. They have enough. They have plenty. But also, you don't like knitting or crocheting, so why are you gonna go buy more yarn to make stuff that they don't need, that you're not gonna enjoy the process. You're not gonna enjoy the process. And then I will make half of a cat toy, not be able to finish it, not want to weave the tails in. Although I guess with a cat toy with the mouse, you could just leave the tail on there and it'd be fine. It's just a mouse tail at that point. I wouldn't have to weave the ends in. I should make cat toys. I have a problem, y'all. I have a problem. I have a lot of cross I love. I do diamond painting, crocheting, friendship bracelet making, learning how to knit, and now into cross stitch. Yes, it's all the hobbies. I used to make so many friendship bracelets. That is definitely another one that gives me the dopamine. The problem is that I don't have friends to give them to. So for years, I had like probably 20 friendship bracelets like on each wrist. And it was an overwhelming number of friendship bracelets because I don't actually have friends to give them to. So I would just make them for me, and then I just had them forever. So yeah, I dove more into cross stitching so that I would use up my DMC floss and stop making bracelets. I'm not allowed to start new projects right now until all my work in progress fit on the shelves again. Mine at least fit in my craft area. Does that count? I have an entire box of stuff that I'm supposed to mend, like that I need to like stitch back together or like stitch up seams that have split and things like that. That's honestly like a big project that I need to undertake. I should add a redemption on here for that as well, as like mend something. Oh my god, me and my boyfriend the same way. For the cats, for the love of cats, I need to take up knitting or crochet again. You're talking yourself into, I mean, yes, don't I always? I keep saying, I am an enabler. If you want to learn a new hobby, I am going to be here being like, you should go learn that new hobby. You need to go to the store right now and get the stuff for the new hobby. I'm an enabler. None of your husbands and boyfriends are going to like me. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I fear the Psyduck I'm making right now that the color is off. How do you determine colors? When I'm making patterns, I make an educated guess on what color I think is going to be right. I make the patterns in Max Stitch. So I make my best guesses. And then when I'm done making the pattern, I look at it and I go, wow, I hate all of this. And then I change the colors 15 times, trying to get like the exact right shade that I want, only to come back to the shades that I started with and go, yep, that's the best I can do. That's as close as it's gonna get. And then I hit save. So, do I have a good way to determine it? No, I don't. It is trial and error every single time. At this point, I have a handful of colors that like I kind of know, like, yeah, that's probably gonna be pretty good. Like, especially like for browns, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of know what shades are gonna give me close to what I want, even if it's not like perfect. Because that's the problem is we're converting from either like hex, like when these sprites were created, they were how many colors are in the hexadecimal whatever color system? There's like 10,000 colors or more, right? So there's like all of these really nuanced shades that you can get. And we're converting them to, well, I use DMC brand floss, but even if you're using Anchor, we're converting them to 500 shades. We only have 500 shades to choose from. And yes, we can do some color blending to get a little bit more variation. But by and large, we're stuck with 500 shades out of 10,000 or more that you can see on a screen. So at some point we just have to say it's good enough. and we just have to accept that it's not going to be shade for shade perfect. So as long as it's not like egregiously off, to some extent you kind of just have to be like, meh, close enough. So if you join my Discord server, I actually, when I'm designing my patterns, I a lot of times will jump into the voice chats over there and I will stream me designing my patterns. Partially it helps me like with the body doubling and staying focused and stuff, and like, you know, having somebody around to like chat with as I'm doing it. But like you can kind of see my process. You only get to see one of my screens because I always have two screens up when I'm designing, but you can see like the screen that I'm actually designing on. But yeah, I mess with the colors so much. Some of my version 2 patterns are gonna have color blending, where you're like using two different shades. So like normally you pull down to 2 strands of DMC floss. So with color blending, you're gonna have one strand of one color and one strand of another color. And that's part of why those teapot patterns that I was showing off earlier, the pieces that I made that are those have color blending done in them to like make that really, really beautiful smooth gradient and not have it look blocky or choppy at all. It's part of why I love those designs so much. I am so sad that the artist doesn't have them available anymore. But anyway, I'm ranting. I went off on a tangent. What were we starting with? How do I determine colors? Trial and error, educated guesses, using a computer program that shows you kind of what the colors are going to look like, and at some point saying close enough is good enough. So that's what I got. Kitsunasaur, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Sounds about right. What is Max Stitch? So if you have a Windows operating system, you're going to want to look for PC Stitch Pro. If you have a Mac operating system, you're going to look for Max Stitch. Because they're not cross-compatible. Of course not. Why would they be? To be fair, I have not used PC Stitch Pro in about a decade, but when I did switch from PC to Max Stitch, they were pretty comparable. Maybe not a decade. Maybe like 5 years. It's been like 5 years since I used PC Stitch Pro. But at least then, they were pretty comparable programs. Some people have said they don't like PC Stitch Pro. Like, I'm not exactly sure why. Nobody really gave me like a concrete reason as to why they didn't like PC Stitch Pro. So I'm going to recommend what I've used in the past, but it may have changed over time. I just don't know. I can't confirm because I don't have a Windows operating system anymore. So what am I looking for? My next color. 370. I'm going to go with this olivey green, brown, beige color. Here we go. I've seen it in a few vids. What is the thing you're using to hold your hoop? I have a link to that in my bio. It's the Loops and Threads craft stand from Michaels. I think it runs about $50. Buy it with a freaking coupon. Wait till you get like one of those 40%, 50% off coupons. But yeah, it's a Loops and Thread craft stand. And I love it, and it has changed my stitching life forever. Somebody earlier was asking like, oh, do you get like back pain or neck pain or like eye strain from cross stitching? I used to only be able to cross stitch for a couple of hours at a time until I got this hoop stand, and now I can stitch for like 8 hours and be fine. But yeah, I love it. Highly recommend. Oh my god, what is happening with this thread? This thread is being, like, it's, like, unraveling. Like, I'm tying off, and then it unravels higher, and then I tie off again, and then it unravels higher. Stop it! Let me tie you in a knot, please. I don't appreciate the sass coming from a piece of floss. Here we go. I found one in the trash behind Michael's because it was missing a bolt or two. Oh my gosh. Take it and run. Buy a bolt at Home Depot. I will say, if you do get the Loops and Threads craft stand, I would recommend getting a set of washers. I'm actually going to be adding some washers to mine. Because the wood that it's made of is actually like really, really soft. And so the bolts tend to like, my nose like feels oily and I don't know why, and it's bothering me. the bolts like sink into the wood because it's so soft. I have my little bag of washers somewhere over here. I need to just like sit down and put them on. But I have ADHD and I keep forgetting. So there's that. The thread said no. The thread did say no. The thread is very sassy. Angsty Dino Nuggy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. And also, I really appreciate that screen name. That is wonderful and much approved. I still have it, and yes, I added some washers too. Yeah, absolutely. I highly recommend adding some washers. Like, when you're first building it, like, just get the washers right away and build it with the washers. Like, honestly, it should probably come with some, but it doesn't, so we make do. Like, this is actually not supposed to be as spinny as it is. You're supposed to have to, like, loosen it to spin it like this. And the reason it's so spinny is because this sank into the wood. And so if I try and tighten it, it just spins. So I need to put a washer there so I can, like, tighten it. I mean, I don't mind that it spins, like, somewhat. But, like, sometimes it's just a little too wiggly. And I wish I could tighten it just, like, a tiny bit. But yeah. The stands make the crafter crafty. Yes. I could do more crafting with the crafty stand. Leafeon, it is a Leafeon. It's looking so cute. What time is it? Okay, still got a little time. I was hoping I would get further on Leafeon today, but I keep getting distracted and going on tangents. Because that's what I do. Doe Wizard, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. My favorite evolution is Glaceon and Empoleon? Espeon? I thought Empoleon was a penguin. How do you decide how many strands to use? Does it depend on the IDA size? Yeah, I would do it based on the IDA size. If I was using 14 count IDA or like smaller, so 14 count, 18 count, 28 count, I would use 2 strands. If I'm gonna jump up to 11 count, I would probably jump up to 3 strands. Vaporeon. Ah, yes, Vaporeon. My autocorrect. Dude, that autocorrect, man. Autocorrect does not like the names of Pokemon. Like, that I have learned. I just have to accept that when I type in a Pokemon's name, it's gonna get corrected to something weird. My cat gets triggered by jiggling and she heard the jingles on her collar she's supposed to wear now she's in play mode. Aww, that's adorable. Alright. Ugh, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Thank you. I just started cross-stitching 5 days ago. I'm having so much fun. Oh, I'm so glad you're having fun. Absolutely. I'm here to answer any questions if you have any. I'm working on a Vaporeon right now, too. Very nice. Very nice. Espeon and Umbreon are my favorite. Nice. I have not stitched them yet. We've done Flareon, but I just came out with version 2 of my pattern, so I'm going to have to restitch Flareon as version 2. And we did Sylveon, and now we're working on Leafeon. And this is version 2 Leafeon, not version 1 Leafeon. So, yeah, I'm super excited to get to like work my way through the evolutions. So that's our mission, is to work our way through the evolutions, and then I will go back to doing the rest of the original 150, because I have a ways to go. Yeah, trying to play Guess That Pokemon with Pokemon bots on Discord is brutal. Shaylee, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. My favorite is Umbreon, especially shiny. Ooh, shiny Umbreon. Very nice. Oh, for those of you that are on my Patreon, somebody asked about this the other day. Am I ever going to release shiny versions of the patterns? And so I've thought about it, and what I'm going to do is I am thinking I will make shiny versions of the patterns, but those will be Patreon exclusive. So those will not be offered on my Etsy shop. They'll only be offered through the Patreon. Because I think that helps like make it a little more exclusive, and also like I cannot put up everything in my Etsy shop. Like it costs money for each and every listing, and I have no guarantees that those things are going to sell, and so like it's a risk either way. So basically the Etsy shop is going to be for like the most popular Pokemon that I get requested on the regular basis. So like the original starters, Gengar, because that little gremlin I get requests for all the time. The evolutions, Mimikyu, and you know, some like that are very popular. But the rest are going to end up being Patreon exclusive. So yeah, that is my decision and where I'm going to end up going with that. But yes. So I do plan at some point to start rolling out the shiny versions of some of the Pokemon as well. Will you ever do shiny patterns? Yes, I just answered that question. Jaylee, thank you for sharing the live. I appreciate that. Have you done Palkia and Dialga? I have not designed patterns for them yet. If somebody is ordering a kit from me, I will take special requests for pattern designs. Or if they are part of my Patreon, then I will take, if they're a part of my full library access Patreon tier, I will take requests for Pokemon from those Patreon tier members. But in general, I just learned that like everybody has their own favorite, and I can't prioritize everybody's favorite, so I'm prioritizing the people who are making sure that I can make a living. But yeah, do you have any patterns on your Patreon currently? I absolutely do. I think I have about 30 patterns in my Patreon library right now. I think it's about 30. And on the first of the month, so I add at least 4 new patterns every month. And yeah, I think I have about 30. If it's not exactly 30, it's like real close, like 29 to 31. It's like somewhere right around in that number. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm like looking at it being like, where can I see it? You're in the wrong thing, girl. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31. Yeah, I have 31 currently in there as of the end of February. So yeah. So that, like, when you look at the Etsy and you see that they're $5 per pattern, and then you look at the Patreon tier and you go $12, you get access to the entire library. And I have 31 patterns already backlogged into the library, plus I'm adding at least 4 every month. Like, it's a way better deal, like, for real. Makes sense. Besides Gengar, what others are in demand? So, my biggest sellers are the evolutions, obviously. And I did create those as a bundle on Etsy because I know that like when people are doing the evolutions, unless they want like their one specific favorite, they want all of them. It's either like one or all, and like there's no in between. They don't want like just 2 of them usually. So I did make those into a bundle for a little bit of a discount. But the 3 starters, Bulbasaur for sure being the starter that I get the most requests for. Gengar, I get a ton of requests for. Hold on, I think I can pull up my stats. Can I see what listings are the most popular? Will you tell me? that like a stat I can check? Oh, it totally is a stat I can check. Okay. So Pikachu, Charizard, Mimikyu. Oh, this is like just, this is like not, I want all time. All time, thank you. Not just this month. Freaking hell. Yeah, ironically, Gengar has been my most popular. Like, Gengar, Bulbasaur, and Pikachu are my 3 most popular, followed by the Evolution bundle. So people want like all of the Evolutions, and then Charmander. So those are like my top 5 that people request. Oh my god, running to subscribe. Aw, thank you, Jaylee. I appreciate that. I might make a crochet evolution, but I'm so nervous it won't come out right. So, okay. So if you want to turn these into, like crochet or diamond art or something like that, like as long as you keep the ratio the same, you should absolutely be able to do that. So like if you're making granny squares, just each little X is, just make small granny squares. Like for crochet, you can make a granny square for each X of this, and then just like fill in the blank with like whatever you want your background color to be. So like white or like a light blue or like, you know, whatever the heck you want the background color to be. And it will absolutely turn out just fine. Like as long as whatever colors you pick are like fairly equivalent. But that absolutely should work out as long as you keep the ratio the same. Like these are done in squares, so make sure you're making squares, and other than that, like you should be good to go. Feed my babies. Okay, hold on. Babies, you want a treat? Oh, hold on. Dang it. Hold on. I gotta move the cameras. Ah! I'm being attacked already. They knew it was coming. I said want a treat, and they ran. They're like, run, don't walk to the trees. Okay. I don't know if this camera is like pointed well, but oh, Clover first. Clover gets to go first, kitties. Because she's an old lady. Okay, hi, Wednesday. Oh, I'm like running low on catch. Ow! Gentle with your claws. I know you get claws out. Thank you. Oh, what a dainty girl. August, you are not so... Ow! You're not so gentle. He tried to eat my finger earlier, Nana. Feed the babies. Okay. 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 Hi, Wednesday. I'm gonna pet you for a second because you're just like chilling here. You're gonna walk away and then you're gonna be mad. Hi, August. You wanna say hi? You booped your own snoot. I love you, girl. Clover, there's no treats in the teacup. So they have now been thoroughly trained that treats mean run over, and Wednesday jumps on my lap, and the other 2 at least are nice and just beg gently. But Wednesday, every single time, jumps in my lap. All right. There you go, Nana. I fed your babies. Hi, Clover. You need a little pet too. Okay. Hi. Okay, you can't come up here. You are Doggo. Okay. Okay, Doggo's in my lap. Please don't lick my face. I know. You're saying thank you. You can tell Nana thank you. Tell Nana thank you for the treats. Oh, I know. Hi. Okay, that's choking me. Hi. Yes, thank you. I know. I love you too. Oh, here comes August. Now August is in my lap. I'm sitting here going, only Wednesday jumps in my lap. And then the 2 of you, oh my god, we're breaking everything. Nana, you've caused chaos in my life. August, you gotta get out from under there. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, the Clover. God damn it, Nana. And Wednesday, hi, you're back. Okay, you can't be in my lap right now. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Button Brigade, hey, how you doing? My youngest cat will steal it thinking it's a toy, yeah. Oh my god, the night was made. I was so lost on how to find patterns. I was looking through Google but couldn't find much there. I'm not so good with like the Google, like making myself like Google searchable or whatever. Like I'm not good at that. That's why I do this. Like I'm much better at finding my people through talking than through like me trying to like advertise. Like I'm not good at advertising myself. I don't sell myself well. I can't be like, you should come and do this thing. Like no, nobody's buying that. Tess, yeah, I know who you are, Buttons. You have on headphones? Oh, I'm sorry. You're welcome. Thank you, Nana, for the chaos. Lumi caused chaos earlier, so, you know, you're just adding to it. Now Wednesday's gonna sit here and peer at me from under the table for the next 20 minutes, probably. Okay. This Leafeon is adorable. She might be my favorite evolution. Aw, thank you, Blackbird. I use Pinterest a lot, but it's chaos. Yeah, Pinterest, like, you never know what it's gonna be like until you get to, like, the website. Like, it could be free, it could be not free, it could be, like, taking you to a random spam website. Like, Pinterest is so hit and miss. I didn't even think about doing Pokemon Granny Squares. Absolutely, you can do Pokemon Granny Squares. Absolutely. These patterns also translate to perler beads, diamond art. If you're looking for diamond art specifically, tell me when you get the pattern, because I have, like, a button in my export to, like, translate the colors into, like, the diamond art, like, telling you what color to get for diamond art. So make sure you tell me that, and I can, like, get you the pattern that is specifically for diamond art, so you don't have to try and color match yourself if you don't want to do that. I haven't played with it, but it is an option in my program, so, like, it is there. And then I wanted to make a plushie since it's easier for me to finish. Ah, yes, plushie. You could do it as a plushie. I'm not good with three-dimensional. Wednesday, what a perfect name. She is. She's my little chaos. She's my little void. Ironically, we named her Wednesday, like, before the show aired, and we didn't know that, like, the show was coming. So, like, it was a surprise to us when the show, like, aired, and we were like, oh, now everyone's gonna be naming their little black cats Wednesday. Like, oh well, like, but it fits her so well. And her little brother's August. I mean, little brother. He's bigger than her, and also they're from the same litter. But canonically, we believe she is older. She is the elder. It would make an amazing blanket. It would be. I love this one. Oh, thank you, Kylie. Loving my cross stitch. Almost done. Oh, that's super awesome. I can't wait to see it when you're done. Make sure you join the Discord and like post it in the needlework section over there, or like if you post a video here on TikTok, like tag me in it because I want to see it. I want to see it. See, Chris, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Yes, you're your people. Thank you. I'm glad I found my people. I love my people. I love my little chaos minions over here wrecking shit and my like Pokemon loving crafty friends. Like, I love my people. I found my people finally. It only took me 33 years, but here I am. Cheers with tea and not hydrating because forget you all. You can't drown me if I drown myself first in tea. Actually, you probably could. Please don't do that. Tink already tried earlier. I might be losing my voice. If I lose my voice, Sunday stream is gonna be difficult. What am I doing next? What am I doing? Nobody knows. I'm just making shit up as I go along. I hope you all know that. Like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing with my life. Or, you know, anything. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I make friendship bracelets and wall hangings. These patterns are awesome. Oh, thank you. Bracelet book, 10 out of 10. Chaos is life as long as crafting exists. I mean, yeah, I do crafting and I have pets and I have children, so like chaos is just a given. If there is a day without chaos, it's a day when we're all dead. Like there is no other alternative. Like the dog is playing with the cat. She hasn't done this in a long time. Are you playing with the baby? Get him! Go play with the baby! Get him! He doesn't want to play with you. He doesn't know how to play with you. You haven't done that since they were babies. Go get him! Get him! Get him! The cat doesn't understand. The dog wants to play chase, and the cat's like just sitting there staring. It is freaking adorable. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have to find a way to show this to y'all. Go get him! Go get him! Okay. I don't know if I can like, this like doesn't want to tilt up. Okay. I don't know if that's in the right direction. You're gonna have to just, okay. I'm gonna tip crap over. Okay. Get him! Get him, get him! I'm trying to aim it correctly. There we go. Get him! August, go play with her! Go play with her! Get him! Get him! Go! Go, go! wants you to chase her. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Bah. Bah. He like, for real, does not know what to make of this. He's like, I do not understand. No, don't fall over. Stop that. Okay, this is what I get for moving the camera. Okay. Hi, I know. Go play. Go get the baby to play with you. This is, you guys are ridiculous. I'm working on a new logo for my business. I'm rebranding. Oh, that's awesome. Very exciting. Okay. Oh, woof, woof. She is crazy right now. She's like 10 years old. She doesn't play like this, like ever. She did this a little bit when they were like babies, like 2-3 months old. Now they're like 7-8 months old or so. They're, oh God, they're like 7.5. Yeah, they're 7.5 months old. So she hasn't done this with them. They don't remember. Cheers, Alza Pals, and Vex, cheers to you as well. She's just standing there now like, I don't understand. He doesn't want to play with me. I know, baby. I know. Nana got you all riled up with the goodies, huh? I know. I know. I know. I know. Go play. Go run. Go. 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 She's like the sweetest old lady dog. Like, for real. Now she's just like pacing because I don't want to play with her. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry the babies don't want to play with you right now. Maybe if you tried playing with them more often, they would understand what you want. But when you only want to play with them once every 4 months, they don't understand that. Oh, now you want to play, sir? Don't come screaming at me. Go scream at her. Tell her you want to play now. He's just following her around now. Oh, my heart. These babies. Do you have a list of items that you use on your page? That needle magnet is so handy. I don't. I have this, a link to this, but I need to sit down and make like an actual list of like all of the stuff that I use. Like I use this. I have hold on, let me see if I can get it in here. I have like this bobbin holder that like holds all of my working threads for whatever project I'm on. And like I don't know, like I just have like a bunch of random stuff like that. That I personally, the cat just climbed into the drawer. I didn't close the drawer, and now the cat is in the drawer. Wednesday, you are full in that drawer. August, don't join her. Don't add to this chaos. Oh my god, he fell off. Ugh. They are cute, but dumb. They are tiny, and they do not have the capacity to think before they act. Can you get out of the drawer, please? Thank you. Drawer's closed. There we go. I'm currently working on a gingham blanket while watching and listening to you. Very cool. Very nice. Okay, what did I just do? I'm gonna highlight what I just did. A list of items. That is something that is on my to-do list. This is a magnetic needle minder, and I ordered it off of Etsy. Well, my partner ordered it off of Etsy for my birthday. I believe this is by Hoops and More. Hoops and More. The and it's just the letter N. Hoops and More. I don't know why I'm like drawing it with my finger like that's gonna be helpful to anyone. Let me double check and make sure that that is who made it. But I'm almost positive. Yes, Hoops and More made the needle minder. And they made like a ton of really, really, really cute like little mushrooms and like, I don't know, they have like a whole bunch of them, but I got the one that's it's a little spell book and it says needle magic and it makes me happy. It's cute. But yeah. Highly recommend. All right, we're gonna, nope, just kidding. It's 10 o'clock. We are going to wrap up for the evening because I'm sorry. No, it's 10 o'clock. We have another half an hour. What am I talking about? I'm fine. I don't need to go to bed for another half an hour. I'm losing it tonight. All of it. Losing all of it. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about any longer. Can you tell I didn't get enough sleep last night? Because I can. Oh my gosh. Kittens. Yeah. You just had to give them treats. Had to rile them up. No. No. You want a pet? I can pet you for a sec. Hi, baby. Yeah, we do. I know. You're such a good girl, Clover. Ow. Clover, you're stepping on me. What are you doing? How are you doing that? Can you come out of there, please? Doggo's not supposed to be back there. Come on out. Come. I know, August is in the way. I got it. Come on. Come on out. Okay, go lay down, baby. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down, good girl. Go lay down, good girl. Clover, go lay down. Hi, August. Hello. They're all just like hovering around me like little planets orbiting the treats. Oh, freaking heck. You don't want to walk away just in case they miss one. I promise you won't miss one. I wouldn't let that happen to you. August, what are you getting into right now? I need to come rescue you from yourself because I feel like that might be what's about to happen. I'm getting into something. Ow! What? Hey! Give me that! Excuse me, sir. It's not for you. No. I know, monkey. I know. I love you, but you can't be doing that. Go play with your sister. Everyone's riled up right now. He doesn't know how to play the way that you play, Clover. He's interested, but he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. She does. Clover has the zoomies right now, and the cat is just laying there, and like when she comes near, he like idly just like at her, and then she like tears off again. Yeah, for sure. The special little, giving her a little num num, and now all of a sudden, okay, and the babies have the zoomies as well. They're like pouncing on each other now. I swear. Nana, you've incited a riot in my house, and I blame you. This is your fault. All three of them. Normally it doesn't hype them up like this, though. But, heck, man. Apparently tonight. All three of them are just like, zoom, zoom! How did your bed make it all the way over here? Your bed was way over there. Her bed is like, it's normally like over on the other side of the room by the couch, and it's like right next to me now. Really, sir? Yeah? Tell me about it. Oh, I know. Yeah. And then what happened? Oh, I know. Uh-huh. Oh, so cute. What's this one's name? This one is Leafeon. Oh my goodness, the sass in those meows is so cute. He really is. He's very, very talkative. Wednesday only gets talkative when it's meaty time, if you don't hurry up to her standards. But he just talks all the time. And when he purrs, like, he's so loud, we say that he has a rumble box inside. Like, he just sounds like a little engine. He's kind of a loud cat, but it's like in like a really sweet way, and like, I don't know, like, it's not like an annoying cat noise. It's just like, it just makes my heart melt. He's just a little sweetie pie. I love talkative kitties. I do too. I've never had kitties before. Like, these are my first two cats that I've ever had. And we got them when they were about 4 weeks old, and they're about 7.5 months now or so. Not quite 8 months old. But yeah, like, the last 6 months, like, this is the first time I've ever had cats. So, like, a lot of this is all just, like, new to me. But, like, he's just such a sweetheart. Just that. Oh, and then what? Yeah. Oh, jeez. He's also very clumsy and goes crashing into stuff a lot. My cat growing up was a talkative cat. Aw, that's awesome. You have a talker. Mine only does that when she's in heat, and sometimes when I say her name, she responds like that. Aw, super sweet. Both of them, they're spayed and neutered, so do cats still go into heat once they've been spayed? I don't even know. Like, I know nothing about being a cat owner. I am learning everything new. My partner's had cats, like, his entire life, so he, like, is way more knowledgeable about stuff than I am. I'm just over here like, yeah, sure, I'll you know, feed him and clean their litter box and you know, I can do the taking care of. They don't, from what I know. Okay, cool. So yeah, she just screams when she wants meat, and hers are like, you can tell there's like some feed me now to that scream. Whereas he just like, he like talks, and it's like almost this chirp sound that he makes when he does it. I love it so much. It's so sweet. It takes a few months for the hormones to leave the body fully. I mean, when did we get you guys neutered? It was a couple weeks before we moved here, so like mid-December, I think. So I think they got spayed and neutered about 2.5 months ago. All right, working our way up the tail. I'm a dog and cat stylist, so I get to see all kinds of cats and dogs. Great. Oh, that's awesome. Sir? What are you getting into now? Tink. How you doing? Guess what time it is. All right, cheers, Tink. Time to drink up. One for Tink and cheers for Vex as well. I've literally kept it open so I could earn more. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Stitches. We're getting close to the corner up here. Getting closer to the corner than I like to be, but that's okay. We will recenter a bit probably when I go to finish it off. Yeah, we're definitely going to recenter before we finish it off. Because here's the thing. So when you center your piece, when you first start, you're centering it based off of a full grid. So let me see if I can kind of explain that. So the pattern doesn't know what to make of, or like the program doesn't know what to make of like this big mess of whatever. So it centers based off of this full grid, and it says, well, that's the center of this big full piece. But once you take the shape into account, that doesn't look like the center of that shape. The center should be down here a bit. So that would be the center if I went all the way out and extended this all the way down to each of the four ends. That would make sense as the center. But as I finish this piece, because there's not really anything, because there's not really anything in this space down here, but this tail comes all the way up right next to the hoop, we're gonna have to just move it down a little bit that direction to like recenter it once we're done. But that's okay. It happens. It's pretty normal and common. That's also part of the reason why we leave, you know, a couple inches all the way around the piece of fabric, so that if we do have to recenter it, it's not a big deal. But that's also what happened with Charmander, why I like ended up having to do that other finishing method, because I didn't leave enough space on one side, because I didn't realize how much he was going to need to be recentered when I originally cut his fabric. So basically the program can take an educated guess, but the human eye looks at it and goes, that doesn't feel right, even though technically this pattern is centered. It doesn't look centered to people because the entire rectangle is not filled in, or the entire square is not filled in. So, yeah. I forgot how big Leafeon's tail is. Me too. Leafeon's got a big old leafy tail. I'm having to find new ways to fold what's done on my blanket because the blocks are 10 by 6 and I have 5 rows of blocks. So the blocks getting there, I still have 14 more rows to go. Oh my gosh. That's a lot to go still. Good luck. Okay. So we are wrapping up. It's the end of the night. It is 10:30 where I am, and that means it's going to be time for me to go to bed, and I'm going to do my end of night wrap up stuff. So thank you so much for being patient with me while I do that. I want to start by saying thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out with me tonight. And Tink, cheers. And I love my stream nights. I love getting to hang out with all of you guys and geek out over crafty, nerdy things and other stuff. And these are the highlight of my week. Is Tink being bad? Tink's being all right. She's being okay. Nana. Okay, hold on. I will do that right at the end. It will entice you all to stay while I do my last minute spiel. Nana redeemed one more pet treat, and Vex is redeeming hydrates. Freaking heck. That's for Vex. Cheers. When your cross stitch is the thread doubled up. Yes, I do use 2 strands of floss when I cross stitch. Okay, so end of the night stuff, and then I will give the pets one more treat. If you, I want to start by saying thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You guys help enable me to continue doing what I do, and I love you all so much. Thank you so much for everything. Like, you guys help me to continue to be able to do this. So I want to say a special thank you, if it would allow me to click on the link so I could say the names. Thank you. Please. I want to say thank you to Demented Lemming, to Lisa K, to Amber C, Lynn B, and Shirley L. I also want to say a special shout out thank you to Chelsea L, who is my newest patron supporter as of tonight. Also, I see Kitsunasaur and Lore on there. You guys are on there as well. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing and wonderful, and thank you. You guys help me be able to continue producing these patterns and spending time with you guys a few nights a week doing this. Clover, hey, you don't need to be rude. So for those of you who are curious, I do have a Patreon where you can support me. I have a $7 monthly pattern tier. You get access to Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, and Pikachu all the time, and you also get access to 2 extra patterns a month. This month's patterns for February are Venusaur and Blastoise. Those will be switching out on the 1st of the month to 2 new patterns. At my $12 a month tier, you get access to my entire library. So the entire library currently has 31 Pokemon in it, and I promise to add at least 4 more each month. I've already picked out the 4 for next month. I've actually already made the patterns. I'm on top of stuff this month. I have all 4 of them made and ready to go. And the theme for March is springtime Pokemon. So I had a lot of fun choosing which Pokemon I felt really represented spring. So yeah, I'm really excited to share those with you guys. If you are not interested in a monthly subscription or you can't afford that, that's totally fine. I do have an Etsy shop where I sell my patterns one-offs. You can also order kits from me. If you would like me to put together a kit for you, you can shoot me a message over there, and I can set up a kit for whatever Pokemon pattern you would like. If you're learning how to cross stitch and you don't know how to cross stitch and you want to learn, the link in my bio has a link to my how to cross stitch tutorial series, as well as written instructions. I am working on getting videos out as well. If you're over on the Purple app on Twitch, when I say link in bio, that's the link. If you're on TikTok, link in bio. If you're on TikTok and you would like to join the Twitch stream, the link is in the bio. We have a lot of fun over there. I actually stream to both simultaneously. The people on Twitch get access to community rewards, as well as channel point rewards, torturing me by making me drink water and redeeming, giving my pets treats and things like that. We also have a Discord server. The Discord server has been around for 2.5 years now. Is that right, guys? Is that right? Nana? Tink? Has it been 2.5 years, or is it 1.5 years? I don't even know. I think it's 2.5. And it is absolute chaos, but we have so much fun over there. If you join, you will get greeted by welcome to the chaos. We do a lot of TTRPGs like D&D and things like that, but we also have a pretty robust craft section where people are sharing what they're working on and things like that as well. So if you would like to join that, come join our absolute insanity over there. We have so much fun. We also run a monthly self-care challenge where your name gets put into a raffle and the raffle winners get a game night with me. So last month we played Raccoon Sky Pirates. I think this month we're going to play Jackbox. but it's a ton of fun. If you want to see replays of the stream for any reason at any time, I do post the streams from Twitch up onto YouTube about 24 hours after the stream ends. If you would like my craft stand, I have a link to that in the bio as well. And I know somebody had asked earlier, it is on my to-do list to put together a list of like all of the little goodies and things that I use personally, with like links to where to get those and stuff like that. So that is on my to-do list of things to put together. I think that's it, other than giving the babies their treats. Does everyone want baby treats? Oh, Clover's got her ears like, oh, yeah? You want treats? Oh, really? Oh, yeah? Okay, moving the camera. Hello, do you want a treat? Clover, you want treats? Oh, here's a Wednesday. Okay, hold on. I give Clover first because she is, because she's an old lady and she's nice. August, if you want a treat, you gotta come over here. Oh, good. I'm like running out of cat treats. Good thing this is the last one for the night. Yeah, I know, Wednesday. Now I gotta give one to him. August gets one too. Your nail is stuck in my, yeah, there you go. Okay, here. I'll give you this last little tidbit because there's like just a little bit left. Ow! Gentle. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to refill it. I have to refill it. There's no more in there. It's all gone. I'm gonna put it in the drawer where you still can't get to it. I know. That's, hi, August. Hello. Hi. Hello, handsome boy. All right. Thank you all so very, very much for coming and joining me tonight. I loved having you all and hanging out with you all tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you for the chaos. Thank you for the fun. I love all of you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. So have a great evening. Bye.